What if I told you that some of the most credible UFO encounters in history involve pancake-eating aliens, flying Bigfoot creatures, and geometric beings collecting samples in Danish forests? Today, let's discover 20 of the strangest UFO cases ever documented, stories that challenge even seasoned researchers. You'll see military footage of egg-shaped objects transported by helicopters, shape-shifting crafts on live TV, and aliens resembling animated flowers. The frequency of close encounters is increasing, the technology being witnessed is becoming more advanced, and the beings themselves seem to be getting bolder in their interactions with humans. Let's dive in. The Dade City Flowers. One of the most unusual alien encounters on record began in 1974, when a Florida newspaper received a call from Evelyn Wendt, a beauty salon manager, who revealed a secret she kept for 50 years. At age 9, while playing outside her school in Pasco County, Florida, Evelyn saw a brilliant light on the lawn. She may have briefly lost consciousness. When she awoke, the light had faded, revealing a battered, old-looking flying saucer. A hatch opened, and small beings emerged. Creatures she described as flower-like, with faces in place of buds. Though robotic in appearance, their behavior seemed intelligent. The beings carried a device resembling a weapon, aiming it at the school's science building. Evelyn felt an urge to help, but the object wouldn't move. Then the beings began communicating through telepathy, warning her about dangerous experiments in the building. They soon returned to their craft, one inviting her aboard. She declined. Before leaving, they told her they'd return in 35 years. The ship silently vanished. Years later, the science building was destroyed, though Evelyn couldn't recall when. The 35-year mark passed with no return. Yet her account, unchanged across decades, remains compelling for its clarity. Telepathic messages, warnings about scientific danger, and a consistent timeline that suggests something more than a childhood fantasy. Guardians of Oldensir. Now let's travel to Denmark for an encounter that reads like science fiction, but was reported by a credible witness with no history of UFO interest. In 1981, in the village of Am, Denmark, a man known only as PN was driving to work around 2:10 a.m. when his car suddenly lost power near a forest road. As it coasted to a T-junction, he saw a glowing yellow sphere about 3 meters wide hovering above the ground. A ramp extended from the craft, revealing a swirling orange interior. Around the craft were 2 distinct groups of beings. 7 small, geometric entities, shaped like stacked triangles, were collecting samples from the forest floor with precise, methodical movements, suggesting a scientific purpose. Guarding them were 3 tall, motionless figures holding strange devices, giving the scene a sense of coordinated control. Nearby, a taxi blinked its headlights, possibly signaling either PN or the beings. The presence of the vehicle raised unsettling questions about human involvement. When PN's engine restarted, the beings began gliding toward him. He fled, following the taxi away from the site. Though investigators later found no physical evidence, PN reported lasting effects. Since that night, he claimed to have developed precognitive abilities, an unexplained sense of future events. The Flying Bigfoot of Walla Walla. If you think UFO encounters can't get any stranger, wait until you hear about the Flying Bigfoot of Washington State. In summer 2005, near Walla Walla, a man driving on Highway 12 saw what first looked like a plastic bag in the sky. On closer inspection, it was a massive humanoid figure, hair-covered and floating about 20 feet above the ground. He pulled over and saw a 12-foot-tall creature with thick fur, wide legs, and a propulsion device made of red spheres beneath it. Disturbingly, it had a dead dog tied to its side. The being turned to look directly at him, rotating its head a full 180 degrees, Terrified, the witness tried to follow but lost sight of it as it descended into the woods. This was not an isolated case. Researchers linked it to sightings of a cryptid called Bat Squatch, first reported after the 1980 Mount St. Helens eruption. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, multiple witnesses described a large, blue-furred, winged creature with glowing red eyes. What sets the Walla Walla sighting apart is the apparent use of technology. This was not a winged creature gliding. It was flying with the aid of a mechanical propulsion system. The red sphere suggests advanced tech, raising the possibility of a hybrid, a biological being augmented with artificial enhancements, or perhaps something entirely different, like a carrier, hovering, static. Maybe this thing was watching a scene at a space penguins in Missouri. In 1967, Claude Edwards, a farmer in Tuscumbia, Missouri, had an encounter he kept quiet for years, fearing ridicule. While working his field, he saw a mushroom-shaped craft on his land, surrounded by small beings about 3 feet tall with gray-green skin and large black eyes. They moved quickly, appearing to perform maintenance on the craft. Frustrated by their presence, Edwards climbed a fence, grabbed rocks, and approached with the intent to drive them off. But he was stopped by an invisible barrier. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't get closer. The rocks he threw bounced off as if striking solid glass. The beings noticed his actions and retreated into the craft, which lifted silently and shot into the sky at high speed. Edwards was left alone with a story he didn't share until his brother urged him to speak with UFO investigator Ted Phillips. When he finally did, he jokingly described the beings as green penguins from outer space. What makes this case stand out is Edwards' credibility and reluctance to go public. He had no motive for deception. The invisible barrier he encountered is also consistent with similar reports, suggesting the use of force field-like technology in some UFO encounters. The pancake-eating aliens. Now we come to what might be the most wholesome alien encounter ever recorded. In 1961, Joe Simonton, a plumber from Eagle River, Wisconsin, was having an ordinary morning when a metallic saucer landed in his yard. A being emerged and, using gestures, asked for water, handing Joe a metal container. Joe filled it and returned it. In exchange, the being gave him hot, greasy pancakes with unusual holes. Joe tasted one immediately. His review? Like cardboard. Not exactly advanced alien cuisine, but the gesture felt sincere. The craft departed silently, leaving Joe with the remaining pancakes. He saved a few and shared them with UFO investigators, who had them analyzed. Tests found only buckwheat flour, no exotic ingredients. Skeptics pointed to this as proof that the story was fabricated, but others in the area also reported seeing a craft that day. What makes Joe's case notable isn't drama or advanced technology. It's the ordinariness. No abductions, no warnings, just a brief, quiet interaction rooted in hospitality. Before we continue with more incredible encounters, I want to hear from you. Which of these cases so far sounds the most believable to you? Drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever had your unexplained encounter. The Octahedron encounters. Let's shift to some of the most recent and compelling UFO reports that are shaping our understanding of the phenomenon in 2025. These cases involve geometric craft that seem to defy our understanding of aerodynamics and physics. On April 4, 2025, in Porterville, California, 2 witnesses observed an aircraft that defied conventional design. Around 9 p.m. near Granite High School, they spotted a silent, dark metallic object shaped like an octahedron, essentially 2 pyramids joined at their bases, forming 8 triangular faces. Roughly the size of a UPS truck? It flew silently about 600 to 800 feet from them. The craft matched their vehicle's speed, traveling at 30 to 35 miles per hour alongside the road. When one witness pointed it out, it suddenly made a sharp 90-degree turn and headed toward the city. Moonlight revealed markings on its surface, described as resembling ancient hieroglyphics, suggesting symbolic intent or archaeological significance. The object had no visible windows, cockpit, or conventional features and remained completely silent. Within 10 to 15 seconds after the turn, it vanished. Newfork investigators interviewed the witnesses and classified the case as anomalous, with no natural or man-made explanation. The clarity of detail and witness credibility added weight to the report. A similar sighting occurred in Herceg-Novi, Montenegro in 2017, where a couple described a large, black, silent octahedral craft hovering over the city. The consistency between these distant encounters suggests a distinct class of unidentified craft. Pillar UFO over Colorado. On June 4, 2025, in Colorado Springs, Colorado, a witness captured daylight video footage of what researchers classify as a pillar or cigar-shaped UFO. The object, estimated to be about 6 stories tall, was seen spinning while moving steadily through the sky, providing some of the clearest documentation of this type of craft in recent years. The UFO maintained a consistent altitude and rotated around its central axis. It wasn't perfectly cylindrical, but appeared to consist of 2 long rectangular sections attached side by side. Completely dark in color, the craft emitted no audible sound from the ground. The spinning motion has drawn interest from researchers, with theories suggesting it could relate to propulsion, lift generation, or a scanning mechanism. The footage, filmed entirely by the witness, offers multiple angles and perspectives, allowing for detailed analysis of its structure and motion. Throughout the sighting, the craft maintained steady speed, altitude, and rotation, suggesting deliberate control rather than a drifting object or failing aircraft. The witness estimated the size based on its apparent distance and local landmarks. While pillar or cigar-shaped UFOs have been reported for decades, few cases offer this level of clarity. The Colorado Springs footage gives researchers valuable data on the flight characteristics and possible design of this unusual aerial phenomenon. Biomechanical living UFO. One of the most unusual UFO encounters of 2025 occurred in Surrey, England, where a witness filmed what researchers call a biomechanical living UFO. On May 25th, near Junction 12 of the M25, a train passenger observed a globular object hovering by the tracks. Unlike traditional metallic craft, this object had an organic, cellular structure with multiple pulsing spheres that moved independently, suggesting it may be alive. The craft's flexible, shifting form and irregular movements resembled biological behavior more than mechanical flight. It expanded, contracted, and seemed to respond to its surroundings. The witness described its presence as unsettling, noting a sentient quality in how it hovered and shifted. What makes this case significant is the similarity to footage released by the U.S. military showing similar UFOs over Iraq. These parallels support the biomechanical theory that some advanced civilizations may use living spacecraft capable of self-repair, adaptation, and independent decision-making. The Surrey craft remained in view for several minutes before gliding away smoothly with no visible propulsion. Its lifelike appearance and behavior raise fundamental questions. Are these biological beings functioning as craft, or is the technology so advanced that it mimics life? Either possibility challenges our current understanding of both biology and aerospace technology. Mysterious lights over Paraguay. South America remains a major hub for UFO activity, and a recent sighting in Walla, Paraguay, on June 5, 2025, reinforces that reputation. Witnesses reported a massive, pulsing light dominating the horizon, so intense and unusual that multiple reports were filed with the National UFO Reporting Center. Unlike aircraft that move across the sky, this light remains stationary while pulsing with extraordinary brightness. Witnesses described colors and intensity far beyond anything produced by known technology. The location adds context. Paraguay lies in a region with a long history of UFO sightings. Some researchers theorize this may be due to underground alien bases, which could explain repeated activity. According to this theory, the pulsing light may signal either a landing or emergence from such a base, possibly involving energy discharge or communication systems. This sighting gains credibility from the number of independent witnesses across a wide area, ruling out localized anomalies. The light was so powerful that it illuminated the landscape, revealing terrain normally invisible at night. Such energy output suggests advanced technology not currently within human reach. The consistency and scale of the Paraguay event add weight to the idea that this region remains central to ongoing extraterrestrial phenomena. The Buga phenomenon. One of the most documented UFO phenomena in recent years is the Buga sphere, named after its initial sightings in Colombia. On June 5, 2025, another was recorded at Shayuku Reservoir in China, confirming that these spherical craft operate globally, not just in South America. The Buga sphere is known for its perfect spherical shape, metallic surface, and exceptionally smooth flight. These objects often hover motionless for long periods, then accelerate at speeds that defy conventional aerodynamics. The Chinese sighting stood out due to the craft's approach toward a group of buildings, suggesting possible surveillance or interest in human activity. Researchers theorize that these spheres are reconnaissance devices, designed to gather intelligence. Their small size, maneuverability, and silent operation make them ideal for close-range observation. Technologically, these spheres are extraordinary. They have no visible propulsion system, produce no sound, and can hover indefinitely. When they move, their acceleration is instant and fluid, indicating propulsion mechanisms beyond current human understanding. The repeated appearance of Buga spheres worldwide, with consistent characteristics and behavior, points to a coordinated effort. Whether for observation or data collection, these global sightings suggest an organized intelligence-gathering mission of unknown origin. UFO over Cambridge. UFO sightings near major research institutions have drawn increasing attention from investigators. On April 19, 2025, a witness in Cambridge, Massachusetts, filmed a metallic orb near Harvard University and MIT, two of the world's leading scientific hubs. The object, described as a gray metallic sphere resembling a Buga sphere with unique features, navigated the urban landscape with precision, suggesting advanced guidance systems. Its presence in such a densely populated area is notable. Unlike older UFO reports where craft avoided human contact, this one showed no concern about being seen. Flying at low altitude, the orb was visible to observers on the ground. This behavior points to either a shift in extraterrestrial policy toward human interaction or confidence in stealth capabilities that prevent interference or detection. The sighting's location and timing, during the academic year when both universities were active, support the theory that these crafts are monitoring human technological advancement. Cambridge is a global center for research in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and aerospace development. The presence of such a craft in this environment suggests targeted surveillance of scientific progress by a highly advanced intelligence. Shapeshifting UFO over Sacramento. UFO sightings often coincide with major political events, and a June 14, 2025 incident in Sacramento, California, supports this pattern. During protests, witnesses filmed a shape-shifting craft exhibiting technology unlike anything in conventional aerospace design. The object morphed between different shapes mid-flight while maintaining structural integrity, suggesting the use of programmable matter or advanced molecular control. This shape-shifting ability points to engineering principles far beyond current human capabilities. The timing is significant. The craft appeared during social unrest, reinforcing the theory that UFOs may monitor human political and societal developments. Similar patterns have been noted in past sightings during key global events. The object emitted a static-like glow throughout, possibly linked to the energy required for its transformation. This electromagnetic signature aligns with other high-level sightings and may be a byproduct of exotic propulsion or shape-shifting systems. Witnesses reported feeling disturbed by the craft, noting that it seemed to respond to their presence, suggesting either advanced AI or conscious control by intelligent operators. This event introduces a new class of encounter where UFOs display real-time shape alteration. If confirmed, such technology would redefine our understanding of materials science and intelligent control systems. Green meteorite or UFO. Some of the most compelling UFO evidence comes from unexpected sources like security cameras, which capture events without human bias. A recent recording shows what appeared to be a green meteorite falling from the sky, but its behavior suggested something far more unusual. Instead of burning up like typical meteorites, the object seemed to explode or implode mid-air before vanishing completely. The green color is noteworthy, as it's been linked to other UFO sightings, most notably the Las Vegas incident, captured on police body cams. This consistency points to a possible propulsion system or material composition common to such objects. What distinguishes this event is the controlled nature of the explosion. It lacked the chaotic breakup expected of natural space debris, suggesting deliberate self-destruction or dematerialization. The event occurred at a low altitude, below where most meteorites disintegrate, raising questions about the object's size or composition. Most puzzling was the total disappearance. No fragments or impact traces were found, unlike typical meteorite falls where debris is often recovered. This behavior suggests an object with characteristics inconsistent with known natural phenomena and supports the theory of advanced, possibly non-human technology. Whistleblower, egg-shaped UFOs. Recent whistleblower disclosures have offered rare insight into alleged government UFO retrieval efforts, including footage of what appears to be recovered extraterrestrial craft. A retired helicopter pilot, claiming involvement in a retrieval program, released footage during a News Nation interview showing an egg-shaped object suspended beneath a helicopter en route to an undisclosed location. The object was large and ovoid, consistent with descriptions from past UFO sightings. Its aerial transport implies significant weight or the need for cautious handling of potentially advanced technology. Additional footage shows a similar object being extracted from a cave system, hinting that such craft may be stored underground, possibly explaining global reports of unusual cave activity and lights. Night vision footage revealed a seamless surface with no visible seams, joints, wings, or engines, reinforcing its non-conventional design. While skeptics question the footage's authenticity, citing vague or unverifiable claims common to whistleblower disclosures, the clarity and detail suggest either genuine material or highly advanced fabrication. If verified, this evidence supports long-standing theories of government crash retrieval programs and knowledge of extraterrestrial technology, with profound implications for science, security, and public disclosure. Spacex rocket confusion. The rise in commercial space launches has created challenges for UFO researchers, as rocket activity is sometimes mistaken for extraterrestrial craft. However, recent footage suggests actual UFOs may be exploiting this confusion. During a recent SpaceX launch that ended in an explosion, millions witnessed the dramatic failure. While many initially assumed it was a UFO event, further analysis revealed something unexpected. In one video, a small orb-like object is seen accompanying the rocket during its descent, maintaining a steady distance from the main craft. This object displayed flight behavior inconsistent with rocket debris. It remained stable and controlled within the rocket's energy field, suggesting advanced technology, either human-made or extraterrestrial, monitoring the launch. The presence of such objects during space missions raises important questions. Are these craft observing our propulsion systems, or are they monitoring our space activity to ensure it doesn't interfere with their operations? The consistent timing of UFO sightings during major launches may not be accidental. Space missions represent the forefront of human technological progress, making them likely points of interest for any intelligence tracking our advancement into space. Daytime egg-shaped UFO. Daytime UFO sightings offer valuable clarity, allowing detailed observation that nighttime encounters often lack. A recent case involving an egg-shaped UFO captured in daylight provides strong documentation of this craft. The witness filmed a white, ovoid object flying smoothly through the sky, with no visible wings, engines, or other conventional features. A conventional airplane in the same frame offers a clear reference for size and behavior, highlighting the differences between the two objects. The UFO maintained a steady speed and altitude, following a straight path. Its solid, three-dimensional appearance rules out optical illusions or atmospheric effects. The object's surface appeared seamless, with no markings or openings, suggesting construction beyond known human technology. What makes this sighting particularly compelling is the structured comparison. Including a known aircraft in the footage strengthens the case by offering a direct contrast in design and movement. The egg shape itself is notable, as it frequently appears in UFO reports and matches descriptions from alleged government retrieval operations. This recurring form across unrelated sightings suggests a standardized design, possibly used by advanced non-human intelligence. The sighting adds to growing evidence of consistent, highly engineered aerial vehicles operating in our skies. Cloud-forming cloaked UFO. One of the most advanced concealment methods observed in UFO encounters is the ability to manipulate cloud formations for camouflage. A recent sighting documented this in striking detail. A witness filming from his balcony saw a cloud-like object separate from natural formations and move independently. Though it maintained a cloud-like appearance, its controlled flight clearly distinguished it from natural weather phenomena. This suggests an advanced form of optical camouflage and atmospheric manipulation. The object appeared to generate or control water vapor to conceal a solid craft, allowing it to blend seamlessly with the environment while remaining mobile. Recognizing the unusual nature of the event, the witness called his girlfriend to confirm what he was seeing. This kind of behavior strengthens the credibility of the report, indicating an awareness of the sighting's extraordinary nature. Cloud-based camouflage allows UFOs to operate in populated areas without drawing attention, as few would suspect artificial activity within cloud formations. Such a stealth tactic would be highly effective. The technology required to control atmospheric conditions in real time, managing temperature, humidity, and pressure, points to capabilities far beyond current human understanding. This sighting supports the theory that some UFOs use environmental elements as active components of their concealment systems. China glowing orb. China has become a significant source of UFO sightings, with recent high-quality footage underscoring the global nature of these events. One notable case involves a large glowing sphere seen flying above buildings in a Chinese city. The object, clearly visible due to its size and brightness, exhibited smooth, controlled movement inconsistent with natural phenomena. Its presence over a densely populated area is particularly striking, as it showed no concern about being observed by large numbers of people, unlike many historical UFO encounters that occurred in remote locations. The orb's glow appeared to be internally generated, not reflected light, suggesting an energy system that either produces visible light as a propulsion byproduct or serves a communicative function. China's relatively open stance on UFO phenomena has allowed for clearer documentation and broader public access to sightings like this one. As a result, researchers have been able to study such cases in greater detail. The recurring appearance of spherical UFOs across multiple countries suggests a standardized design, possibly used for observation or reconnaissance. Their consistent features and global presence point to a coordinated and deliberate activity, rather than isolated, random incidents. Pyramid UFO in the sky. Geometric UFOs, especially pyramid or triangular shapes, remain some of the most distinct in modern sightings. A recent case involving a pyramid-shaped craft adds valuable documentation to this category. While driving through a rural area, a witness observed a dark pyramid-shaped object hovering and slowly rotating in the sky. The craft remained stable while rotating, indicating advanced propulsion and stabilization systems. The pyramid shape is notable for its global consistency in UFO reports across time, suggesting a standardized design used for specific operational purposes. Its ability to hover motionless while rotating points to non-aerodynamic technology. The rotation may serve functions such as scanning, energy generation, or communication. What strengthens this case is the witness's decision to stop and film the encounter, capturing clear footage of the object's shape, movement, and behavior over time. The documentation offers strong visual evidence of the craft's flight dynamics. The rural setting aligns with other pyramid-shaped UFO sightings, which often occur in low-traffic areas. This may imply that these crafts operate in remote locations to avoid detection, or conduct activities requiring minimal human interference. The sighting contributes to a growing body of evidence around consistent, non-conventional aerial craft operating with unknown technology. Beachwalkers witnessed dual streaks. Our final case takes place in Miami, Florida, where a group walking along the beach witnessed a striking aerial event that challenges conventional explanations. Two bright streaks of light moved horizontally across the night sky in perfect synchronization. Their colors and flight patterns led witnesses to believe they were observing something beyond standard aircraft or space activity. The objects maintained flawless formation, suggesting either a single multi-part craft or two vehicles under unified control. Their precision ruled out meteors or space debris. The vibrant colors created brilliant streaks that illuminated the sky, with intensity and hues suggesting propulsion systems beyond known technology. The beach setting offered clear sight lines, and the presence of multiple witnesses provided strong corroboration. Group sightings reduced the likelihood of misidentification or error. The horizontal trajectory is particularly important. Meteors typically descend diagonally, and rockets follow defined arcs. These objects flew with apparent control over speed and direction, indicating intelligent guidance. The Miami sighting stands out for its vivid display, multiple credible witnesses, and clear environmental conditions. It offers researchers valuable insight into advanced aerial capabilities and remains one of the most compelling recent UFO cases. After reviewing these 20 UFO cases, clear patterns emerge. These aren't random sightings. There's an escalation in both frequency and boldness. The technology involved ranges from classic disks to shape-shifting craft, biomechanical entities, and weather-manipulating objects suggesting civilizations far beyond our own. What do you think about these incredible encounters? Have you ever witnessed something that couldn't be explained? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on the latest UFO developments and unexplained phenomena, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Until next time, keep watching the skies, because you never know what might be watching back. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.